Well, welcome everybody to Puns3. We were officially sold out twice, but we're at 70 right now, so the course will be full. I'd like to thank Bobby for stepping up and running his first sanctioned PDJ tournament. Before I get into my spiel here, anybody have any announcements?
Comments? Anybody? This weekend.
Rochester Flying Disc Open next month, August. It's the 40th annual. It's the longest running disc golf tournament in the world, so it's going to be huge this year. It's 8 tiers, part of the national tour. All the pros will be in Rochester, New York in September.
Nice.
Come on down. Come on down.
Pam Williams, meet us.
Come on up. Come on over.
Pam Williams' birthday. Happy birthday. Alright, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Punderson State Park. Those guys pitched in this year. They helped us mow, getting us the equipment, the gravel that we backfilled around some of the tee pads. The weather was against us a little bit, so we didn't get them all done, but you'll see a lot of them's got nice gravel fill around them. Punderson Manors donated some prizes, and they've been a big Friends of the Punderson supporter. DG Nomad donated a bunch of stuff on the raffle table. Disc Bag, JK Artisans, Eagle Nest Outfitters, Disc Golf 10, Fizzy Discs, Zeppies in Newberry, which I'm sure quite a few of you will visit later. And if you haven't figured it out, in your players pack, except the juniors, there is one drink chip in there to get you started.
Juniors, give me your drink chip.
They didn't get one.
Oh, darn it.
We've got a bet going to see how many Mel collects. Hey, that wasn't nasty. That was... And Friends of Punderson. So thank all those, because it's actually truly a group effort to actually pull something like this off. OBs. There's been a couple changes recently, and I'll get to those in a second. But first and foremost, there is no 2-meter rule here at Punderson. So hole number 1, you'll know down by the green, there's water down there. So basically that entire lake, as you go around it, is OB. Completely surrounded by water. Make it a judgment call by at least 3 people on the card so that everybody's happy. Let's try to keep it courteous and fun.
Yeah.
No need for anybody getting crabby and nasty. We'd like to have it be fun here.
No cranky. No
fun.
cranky.
All about him.
Hole 2, same thing, surrounded by water. And if you haven't played here in a while, you'll notice the green area is opened up. So.
Get it in the water.
Hole 3, same thing, surrounded by water. And while I'm saying surrounded by water, do not go in the water for your disc during the round. We can, you can go back later and look. Although we don't like people going in the lake, I can't stop you. Just do not do it during the round. Hole 4 is where there's some changes. You might want to take a look at this if you're someplace where you can't see it.
Bring it up a little bit. Bring it up.
Hole 4. Between hole 9, so it's the left side of hole 4, there's an OB line that goes all the way back.
All the way through.
So if you're OB to the left on 9's fairway, you'll see the line, you're out now.
Yeah, it goes from the bridge.
So
That's one with the rope, right?
yeah, so what you're going to see, I'll apologize, hold it down a little so I can.
Down.
Across the face of the island, this island green plays like an island. On the front of this island, there is a black and yellow striped rope. It's different than all the rest of the rope. The rest of the rope is just yellow. It's a subtle difference, but when you see it, you can tell. The significance of that is this yellow rope is a delimiting line here. On your drive only, if you throw and you're out of bounds before this line, you play it like a normal OB and play it where it went out. If you throw on your drive and you're past this line and you're not on the island, you are OB, and there's a drop zone marked at the foot of the bridge.
At the foot of the bridge.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's spray painted,
Yeah,
right?
so if you like
Yes.
skip on the green and go out of bounds.
The bridge itself is OB.
Anywhere past that,
The
if
bridge
you
is
go beyond
OB.
the bridge and you're out of bounds, you're out of bounds.
Yeah.
Okay. And shoot a drop zone.
And if you got to go in there and get your disc, just be careful. There's lots of rocks and ankle twisters and stuff like that. Just be careful.
Mosquitoes.
So on hole 5, when it mostly comes into play off the blue, sometimes the white, but if you get over past this OB line here onto 4, you're out of bounds. Same thing with the creek. That's the only part of that. Hole 6, completely surrounded by water. When you get down at the bottom, you'll see there's lots of lake there. I have, and
This whole area, and it's opened up.
I've got 5 or 6 there, so.
Actually, we have some. Are we with the caution tape on the tree? Past the caution tape on the tree.
It's completely surrounded by water. Unless,
On 6, it'll be just like.
so, again, majority decision on the card.
We're not going with the OB.
Yeah, there's a rope along some of the area.
On hole 6, there's a rope that comes back to approximately here.
And falls all the way down to the green.
You'll see the rope. It's on little white PVC posts. Beyond, back here closer to the tees,
Yeah, like if you get out of bounds here,
it's surrounded by water and make the group decision. Hole 6 and hole 7, it's very subtle, but there is a fence that's marked along here. In the past, we were playing this as OB. I'm going to take it off the table, and it's not OB. It's not marked well, so it's not fair. It's not OB today.
usually only comes into play on the blue pads anyhow.
Yeah, so even though it says property line on the fence on this card, this is not OB this weekend. Hole 7. No, sorry, hole 8. Hole 8's another one where you're getting down. When you get down near the green, surrounded by water.
Yeah, I was about to say you can get over there. It's
Hole 9. When you're on hole 9, there's now a line that runs the entire right side of the fairway. It wraps through a little chasm that's up at the top. Anywhere to the right of that line, you're out.
yeah, all this little chasm, the shark chasm. That's how it will be.
If you hyzer over on hole 8 over into this rough, everybody keep a really close eye because I can tell you it's super hard to find disc and it's poison ivy ridden and everything over here. So if you can avoid hyzering over there, don't go over there because you'll force your whole group to have to go in and look.
Yeah. And again, be courteous. Spend a couple minutes looking for the disc and then move on. Because there's, like I said, the course is full. It'll slow everybody down. Hole 10, there is no OB. Hole 11, you're going to see that there's a little line that follows the creek line all the way down the left side and wraps around the peninsula where the basket is. That's the OB line. 12, 13, 14, there are no OBs. Hole 15, when you get down near the bottom of the hill, it's completely surrounded by water. And again, I've donated many there, so wave.
There's a lot of fish.
Hole 16, there is no quote-unquote OB, but if you do have a bad shot and you cross 15 into the water, you're out. Hole 17, there is no OB. Hole 18, there is also no OB, with the exception of Route 87. If for some reason you have some horrible luck and you're in Route 87, you're out of bounds.
Any questions for all these?
Any questions while we're all here? Does that make sense to everybody?
Everybody clear on the OBs?
Any questions?
Good.
I got a question about OB. Between 4 and 9, I think it is.
Yes, sir.
There's that yellow line, and it's staked about every 6 feet with like PVC, right?
Right.
Yes.
So, but the line itself is sagging in some points. So, should we just pull it tight between the 2 points of PVC to make the call?
Wherever the line is, it's a vertical.
Wherever the line, yeah, just look straight
Right,
over
but-
where the line is, and if it's outside of touching the line, it's out.
I understand that, but the rope itself is loose, and it's
Yeah.
come like
Wherever the
it's
rope
sagged
is.
down.
The line is where it is.
Okay,
Okay,
It is
so
what
it's
it
not
is.
the point between the 2 PVCs necessarily if the rope were taut.
The rope.
Yeah, the rope. If it's leaning or moving, play the rope, man. There's
Okay,
no,
I just
there's
wanna
no
make
trying
that-
to, all right, hey, let's make sure that that's not out.
All right.
Hey, pull it back around a little bit more.
So, bad weather. I'm going to touch on bad weather. If it's because there is a possibility of rain. If we get rain, we're going to keep going. If it gets to the point where we've got high winds or we've got lightning or anything like that, Bobby's going to blow the siren or whistle or whatever he's using he'll make noise. Everybody come back and either sit in your car. If it's lightning, you don't want to be standing under these tents, so I would recommend getting in your car. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but if you're out there and you hear a blast, then know that we're calling it on weather for a little while. Basically, it's a break. First guys on the cards are going to take the card to start. please make sure after you're done with your round that you guys all add your scores, double check them, initial them, and then hand them in promptly. We can't determine when the second round starts until we get the last card, so don't be that guy, please. Because everybody waits.
I think he's talking about the old guys. No.
After the second round today, when you guys are done, you're free to go. Come back tomorrow morning and yeah, so after the second round, you guys can split. 8:30 tomorrow is the player meeting. 8:15 to 8:30, there is a check-in. Please check in. Sometimes people drop out for whatever reason. Yeah, another thing about Punderson is when we blast the horn, it doesn't matter whether it's a car horn, somebody whistles, screams, hollers, use an air siren. People all the way down on number 7 and people down on 16 can't really hear it. So please help out and pass the sound down.
I don't know about passing sound, man.
Yeah, do it.
All right, so if you're the first name called here, come up and get your card and make your way out there.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Here, let me put on my glasses. This is how I'm doing. I'm doing fine. Puns 3, baby. Woo!